The ultimate symbol of greatness for any athlete is when you get a statue. Bernie Perron and Bob Clark outside this building in Philadelphia. Bob Clark, chosen 17th overall in 1969, and the sign man knows, indeed, the best 17th overall pick ever in the National Hockey League. Bob Clark still a part of the Philadelphia Flyers organization. Couple of cups, 3 Hart trophies, banner in the rafters, and now at that number 17 spot, Ron Hextall will make his first selection as general manager.
Yeah, the new GM of the Flyers. Meet the new boss. Same as the old boss. You hope so in the draft, because the Flyers are as good at this as most teams. It's July 1st in free agency that's killed them the last few years.
Don't be surprised if they go for an offensive defenseman here. Skater. Travis Sanheim is the name I heard coming in. The Philadelphia Flyers targeted leading up to this draft. We'll see if they take the picture. He's ranked number 24 on our list. But as I said earlier, anybody could go here and it wouldn't be a surprise.
Here's Paul Holmgren, the former GM.
First of all, I'd like to thank our fans, our tremendous fans in the city of Philadelphia, for your support. Once again, your passion comes through with flying colors. On behalf of Ed Snyder and the Philadelphia Flyers, we would like to dedicate our 2014 draft to the memory of Keith Allen. As many of you know, Keith Allen was our general manager and architect of the Flyers for the 1974 and 75 championship teams. Keith passed away this past February at the age of 90. Keith, you will be remembered forever. To make our selection in the 2014 entry draft will be your general manager, Ron Hextall. Thank you, Flyer fans, for your unwavering support. With our first pick in the 2014 entry draft, the Philadelphia Flyers select from Calgary of the Western Hockey League, Travis Sanheim.
Well, there it is. And this is a player at the start of the year, Bob, you didn't have ranked.
Nowhere. Was not on anybody's radar. Last year, previous to this season, recently concluded, he was playing his second year of midget hockey for the Yellowhead Chiefs in the Manitoba Midget League. He had a tremendous under-18 tournament in April, was dynamic there. As the year went along, he's a big man that can really skate and help move the puck out and generate offense.
I'm going to tell you this, at the same stage of the game, it's like an exact replica of Ryan McDonough playing high school hockey. And if he becomes Ryan McDonough, this is a home run pick. I think he has exceptional skating ability, an exceptional mind. He understands how to play the whole game. And guess what? He's got lots of room to continue to get better.
Well, the Philadelphia Flyers took Samuel Morin last year with the 13th pick overall, I believe, or 11th pick overall, and you look at it, they're starting to add some jumbo size in the back end.
And he's another guy that really jumped up. Morin last year was a guy, Bob, that really rose up the rankings. So they're buying stocks on the way up by the sound of it.
This pick reminds me a little bit on a much lesser scale when the Columbus Blue Jackets took Ryan Johansson. Ryan Johansson was a guy who was unheralded, had one good year in the Western Hockey League, and the Blue Jackets took him obviously in the top 5, and this is a much later pick. But some of the scouts were a little bit worried about the sample size of Travis Sanheim. He's just had the 1 year in the Western Hockey League, but the projections are off the charts.
Yeah.
So here's the rankings for him from mid-season to final. Craig, you got him 49th in the middle of the year, up to 8 at the end. Our TSN poll of scouts had him not ranked, up to 24. Central, 167th, up to 53. Let's go to James Duffy.
All right, and Travis Sanheim just sitting down next to us right now, and we thought, what better to have Bob Clark, who went 17th overall 45 years ago as well. Well, the guys were just talking about your numbers. You are the guy that came out of nowhere this year. Maybe not in your mind, but in everybody else's. 177th in the WHL draft. Did you ever imagine back then that you would be here right now?
No, not at all. You know, a year ago I thought this was a dream, and you know, I went in this season just trying to crack the Calgary roster, and to have the year that I did and the success that I did over the course of the year, it's incredible, and you know, it's a huge honor to be sitting here right now.
To make the U18 team at the Worlds and be voted one of the best 3 players, do you think that's where the scouts really opened their eyes?
Yeah, no, that was a great tournament for me. Right from the get-go, the coaches kind of, you know, relied on me, and you know, I played in all situations, and you know, I thought I played with a lot of confidence, and you could see that, and you know, I think that's part of my success over there.
Well, listen, congratulations, Travis. Bob, symmetry, him going 17th overall 45 years ago. When you look at his fresh face, do you believe it's been that long?
It really does go fast, James, and as everybody will tell you, every 10 years goes quicker.
Well, listen, thanks for joining us. Congratulations, Travis.
Yeah, thanks.
Travis Sanheim, loud cheers in Philadelphia as he goes 17th overall to the Philadelphia Flyers. Up next, the Minnesota Wild at number 18.
And the Wild, of course, upset the Colorado Avalanche in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs before falling to the Chicago Blackhawks in the second. And Minnesota GM Chuck Fletcher did not have a first-round pick last year. They traded it to Buffalo as part of the Jason Pominville deal. Another team that believes that their prospect cupboard is filling up really quickly.
Oh, boy, is it ever. I mean, they're loaded, and they're just adding. This is a team, the Minnesota Wild, that I think is going to be up with the big boys in the Western Conference, maybe as soon as next season.
Well, I agree with you 100%. They've done a good job, and now the almost 6 years that Fletcher and his crew have been there. But the biggest thing is they're not afraid to let players simmer a little bit, developing properly, and so it wouldn't surprise me at all if they take somebody that might be going the college route to take a little time to develop.
With the 18th pick in the 2014 entry draft, Minnesota is proud to select from the U.S. National Development Team, Alex Tuch.
So we're getting a run now on players from the U.S. Under-18 program.
Yep, there goes Milano went. Eichel goes next year. Alex Tuch goes now to the Minnesota Wild. Big body, a shooter, played as center in minor hockey. Dal Colle, the head coach of the U.S. Under-18 program, said that these guys had instant chemistry as soon as they put them together, and Tuch scored a lot of goals by going hard to the net. He's off to Boston College next year. Guelph in the Ontario Hockey League owns his rights. It's always interesting to see whether these kids end up in college or in the OHL or the WHL or Quebec Major Junior Hockey League.
Comes from a great hockey family around the Syracuse, New York area. Part of the Syracuse Nationals program before he went to the U.S. Development Program, and that's a tremendous program they have up there in Syracuse. But Mike Cavanaugh, who helped recruit him to Boston College before Mike went to University of Connecticut, the one thing they really liked about him at Boston College, his ability to dominate on the boards. He's an amazing board player.
Well, and he might not be the guy that's going to physically punish you, but he's no fun to play against because he brings that with that size. He brings skating with it, and he's assertive. So he pushes at you, and he carves his way into those hard areas, and he's got a really good touch around the net. When you're playing with Jack Eichel and Sonny Milano, you better be able to take passes, and you better be able to finish plays, because those guys are going to make them at every turn. Alex Tuch does exactly that.
Now you can see the size of him. That's Guy Lapointe. Yeah, with his arm. Tuch's got his right arm around Guy Lapointe. Guy Lapointe just had his number retired by the Canes. He was a big player in the NHL when he played.
Times have changed. Yeah. James?
Lightning are up at 19, the first of 2 picks for them if they make it. Yzerman on the phone right now. They'll also select at 28th, one of the first rounders they got from the New York Rangers in that Marty St. Louis, Ryan Callahan deal. We'll see if the Lightning pick there next.
Travis Sanheim.
Draft, the midway point exactly with number 15, Kenny Holland and Detroit.
For the last 20 years, they've been the best drafting team in the National Hockey League from the first round on. And last year, they hit a home run at number 20 with Anthony Mantha, who scored 57 goals this year in the Quebec League, was the CHL Player of the Year, and may very well break the Detroit model and make their team next fall.
A little different scouting, though. Tyler Wright right there, standing just to the left of Kenny Holland. For many years, he was with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Joe McDonnell's moved on to Dallas. Tyler Wright in Detroit.
Detroit Red Wings select from the U.S. National Development Program in Ann Arbor, Michigan, Dylan Larkin.
Strong two-way center, member of that 1996 Bell Tire minor midget team.
And the first American player to be selected in this draft.
Going to the University of Michigan. This is a really good pick for the Detroit Red Wings, I think, Craig.
So, Detroit Red Wings fans, think of Darren Held, but better scoring ability. He's got that type of disruptive speed. He comes at you defensively. He comes at you offensively. He played with a bicep that he could hold on to a stick in between plays at the U18 tournament where USA won gold, and he just kept playing through it. He's got guts, and he's got lots of skill and lots of speed. He'll fit in perfectly with the Red Wings.
Someday he's going to be a captain in the National Hockey League. I really believe that.
And by the way, you can hit driver from the Red Wings office and hit the Ann Arbor facility where he plays, so pretty easy to keep an eye on him.
He's a good shutdown center. He played head-to-head against Michael Nylander, the Toronto Maple Leaf first-rounder, in the semifinal game at the Under-18 tournament.
William Nylander, yeah.
William Nylander, sorry, yeah, absolutely. 31 goals. He also played Jack Eichel, who's eligible for next year's draft. Everybody's talking about him. That top offensive line was Sonny Milano and Tuch and Eichel. The second line center and the guy that got a lot of the defensive assignments that I talked about was Dylan Larkin, but he still put 31 goals on the board, so hence the strong two-way label.
Well, that's Detroit Red Wings, right? Strong two-way game. And, you know, you can play defense, but they don't tell you not to score, and Dylan Larkin scores.
All right, we're going to double back a little bit. James Duthie standing by with the Islanders' 5th overall pick.
Yeah, we missed Michael Dal Colle earlier and wanted to get him up here, number 5 overall to the New York Islanders. Usually I'm the first one to interview you after you've been chosen. You've done about 20 interviews, I guess, in the last 45 minutes. I'm not going to ask you how you feel. How many times have you been asked, how does it feel to be an Islander over the last hour?
I'd probably say at least 10. At least a solid 10 times for sure.
I'm guessing it feels pretty good, right?
Yeah, amazing. Very happy to be part of this organization for sure.
I guess I just asked it, didn't I? You had 20 points in 12 playoff games, which was really a statement. Is it a statement to you and to the Islanders? Do you think you're ready next year in the NHL?
Yeah, I want to play next year. That's always been my goal. So I think they're going to give me the opportunity, and it's what I make of it for sure.
Your mom's a breast cancer survivor. Your brother has autism. How much strength have you gained from your family?
Yeah, family's huge for me. Obviously, you know, everything I do in hockey and in life really is for them. They're the one that drives me every day to be the best that I can be, and you know, I'm very thankful that they're here with me.
Have you had a text or message from John Tavares yet?
Yeah, he called me about 2 minutes after I was selected, so that was pretty cool.
What did he have to say?
Welcome to the island.
You look forward to the possibility of playing alongside one of the best young centers in the National Hockey League?
I hope so. That would be definitely pretty cool, and that's obviously the goal.
Well, listen, congratulations. Back to do another dozen or so interviews.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Michael Dal Colle picked 5th overall by the New York Islanders. On their way up the podium right now, number 16, John Davidson leading the way for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Followed by GM Jarmo Kekalainen, who took over last year right before the draft. Columbus made the playoffs for the 2nd time in franchise history last year and gave the Pittsburgh Penguins all they could handle in the first round of the playoffs.
Ville Sarin is standing to the left of Jarmo Kekalainen. He lives in Michigan, even though he's a native of Finland. He grew up with Kekalainen. They're very good friends, but he spends a lot of time scouting around North America, but in particular, Michigan.
Blue Jackets appear to have a pretty good program coming.
Well, last year's draft, they took Kirby Wright.
Thank you very much to the city of Philadelphia and the Philadelphia Flyers for a great week. A special hello to our fans at Nationwide Arena in Columbus. Speaking of Columbus, everyone here is welcome to come to our city as we will be hosting the All-Star Game in 2015. Come on over. With our pick, I would like to ask our head amateur scout, Ville Sarin, to make the pick. Ville.
Columbus Blue Jackets are proud to select from U.S. National Program Sonny Milano.
So that's back-to-back for the U.S. Under-18 program as Sonny Milano was selected. And again, that's headquartered in Ann Arbor, Michigan, just outside Detroit.
Frank Sonny Milano from Massapequa, Long Island kid who played for that U.S. program. Oh, he got his hair messed up there. He doesn't like that. He's got one of the best names in the draft. And I know, Craig, I think you had him as best hair in the draft.
And Jack Eichel, he got the final vote on it. Jack Eichel said the best hair in the draft. And he even said he has some secrets that we'll have to ask Jack about.
This kid is all about style and panache on the ice. Extremely high skill level. Played on that line with Alex Tuch and Jack Eichel, the top offensive line for the U.S. Under-18 program. Unbelievable skills, has the ability to do great tricks both on and off the ice. And if you've seen the YouTube, he's a YouTube sensation, and that's sometimes treated with negative connotations in hockey, but the tricks that he can do, and he did as a 14-year-old, win a pair of skates from Bauer, did it at the Combine recently, but this kid is consumed by hockey, wants to be a great player.
And he's going to go to a really good program at Boston College, led by Jerry York and Greg Brown and Marty McGinnis. The biggest thing is all those YouTube moments he's experienced, those are going away, because when you go play at Boston College, you learn how to be a real good student, you learn how to be a real good person, but more than anything else, you learn how to be a complete player. So all that YouTube stuff, that's going away for a while.
By the way, Dal Colle, the coach of the Under-18 team in Ann Arbor, says he's got the best puck skills I've seen in 15 years of coaching.
Well, Dan said that the impact he had on the program was equal to Phil Kessel and Patrick Kane. So that's pretty high praise for Sonny Milano.
And Dan Colle says he's as skilled a guy as he's seen in the last 15 years, and Dan Colle's been with the program. Here he is as a 14-year-old. He put this video together as part of a contest to win a pair of skates from Bauer. All sorts of tricks. And then he did it just for fun at the Combine this year. Now, to Pierre's point, in hockey, a lot of people see this and they don't like that. But when they interview Sonny Milano, they find out that for all the flash and the dash and the YouTube stuff and everything else, he's actually really a dedicated kid who's consumed by the game.
I totally agree. And that's why I'm saying he's going to become selfless at Boston College, and that's only going to enhance what he's about.
Guess who's next?
Yeah, we found out how loud they can boo in Philadelphia early on. Let's see if it's boos or cheers for pick number 17 overall right after this on the draft.